cannot applaud these guys enough. They always kill it with the production. Even having the opportunity to have in-person events with remote commentary is so hard to get right, but they find a way.
Absolutely. I concur that we are getting into game one here. As we mentioned, Palutena versus Wario. I've heard this described as pure fundies, and yeah, that's a pretty good way of putting it. It's airborne fundies, baby.
I can see that, yeah. We're playing an Air Dasher right now. We're in Guilty Gear land.
Yeah, true. This is just your standard 2D fighter. This isn't a platform fighter. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wario is basically Soul Bad Guy.
He's got the bike, yeah. Just needs a sword.
See? Well, instead of the sword, he's just got that waft. Either of them will kill you in one hit.
Yeah, that's always kind of the fun mini-game of Wario, is if the Wario is good, you are effectively always playing a stock down.
Yeah, exactly.
If the Wario's not good, then you're fighting 3 stocks to 3 stocks. But you always have to be careful of waft. Because it's one of those things that just... I mean, there's a reason this character is still in contention for being top tier. Definitely high tier, if nothing else. And it's that waft, if not the rest of this insane aerial-based move kit that Wario gets the most.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of representation these days. Tweak doesn't really play the character anymore. There is, of course, Gluto overseas, who often travels to the US and proves to us how good this character can be when piloted by the right person. But he's got those weaknesses in the meta. He's a bit stubby. He can feel a bit inconsistent if you can't get those wafts. And so a lot of people have decided to move to what they believe to be greener pastures.
Yeah, but we got BeatyBean here. One of the classic Warios. Still doing it done. This 97-year-old Wario still makes wafts the old-fashioned way.
It's all about that love and time and eating your bike a couple of times as well. We're grabbing your opponent with that command grab. And there we go, eating the bike. Get that timer down just a little bit.
Chop's really good. It reduces your timer. It can actually kill relatively easy. It's a pretty good command grab that works phenomenally well in the air, but it doesn't do much when you just do normal get up from ledge into Palutena up smash.
Not into up smash. You could see there just how active that move is. He was invincible for so much of it, but at the end it clipped him anyway, and it's still a strong hit there. No weak hit hitboxes in here. But now this is starting to look pretty bad for BeatyBean.
Yeah, does have full waft, can kind of pull out the great neutralizer if he needs to, and I think you might want to be pulling out waft at this point, because you are going further and further down, and best case scenario, you might be able to charge up another one, but if you can get a full waft right now, you can definitely kill it.
Or at least get that half waft later, right? That's always the challenge with Wario. Do you try to close this stock out here, or do you pull the trigger? I think I'm in the pull the trigger camp, but you need to find it before something like that clips you out, the Nair trade with the weird semi-spike. Unfortunate way to go out.
Yeah, and Mateo kind of just choked BeatyBean the entire time. Waft came up, and I think Beatty was definitely looking for it, but just never got the chance to even attempt for it. Always coming out with another aerial or something, trying to trade with recovery. Mateo just kept the pressure on until BeatyBean couldn't do anything, and just, as you mentioned, succumbed to the weird Nair trade stage spike.
She needs it. Not this honest mid-tier character.
Yes, let's not forget, this is an honest mid-tier.
Mateo already trying to read pretty hard with that ledge situation. However, it doesn't really matter if you miss the tech chase. If your opponent's stuck in the corner, you can just keep them there. We talked about that stubbiness of Wario. If he is in the corner, his air mobility is not as much of a boon because he's kind of locked down on where he can go.
Yeah, and Palutena does just get the little bit of extra range here that can matter in the matchup. I mean, you see it with things like that shield, the little bit of disjoint on the neutral air, it's enough. And back throw, I mean, Palutena's known for her grab game, and that's part of why such a consistent kill throw.
Ooh. Expecting either the cross up there or misinputting the turnaround. Unfortunately, Mateo does not get the grab. But again, this keeps happening. Mateo will miss something, but somehow ends up in advantage anyway. BeatyBean usually jumping out, resetting that neutral, and immediately getting clipped again.
Yeah, 38% on this fresh stock. Make that 52. Mateo is putting on so much pressure that it's looking less like these players have a near even set record. Mateo just kind of seems domineering in this fight.
Yeah, Mateo's definitely got BeatyBean's number right now, making it so hard to get anything started.
It's definitely close. That back air gonna help out a little bit, but
let's try with the bike. Oh no, the F tilt, not able to get the timing, and now Mateo back in their happy place, forcing BeatyBean out, taking advantage of those disjoints of that invincible back air again. We just saw try to come out of the ledge.
Yeah, it's just the stubbiness of Wario coming through here. Where Palutena can just slip through with an extra aerial or two and, you know, get 30% for your trouble. I mean, we've got Waft at the ready, but there's so much ground to cover. I don't know that we're going to necessarily even see it again.
Oh no! Oh no, not the bike!
Okay, well, we might be seeing Waft actually.
There's one. If you can get this Waft right now and then slow down the pace to at least get one of those half Waft confirmed, there is a path, but it's going to be so hard. BeatyBean hasn't gotten a single opportunity to use a Waft in this set yet.
Yeah, the only blessing you have right now is that you've got Rage. You still need to get some damage onto this Palu before you can true combo into your Wafts. So there is a lot of ground still to cover here for BeatyBean, and obviously has to do something to get that final stock as well. But we are starting to get the openings. We could see the Waft come out here now.
There's a path. There it is!
All right.
BeatyBean back in this.
Hey! Good turnaround there, buddy.
Well, going right in, you kind of have to, I feel like, at this point. You have to take advantage of that air mobility, and unfortunately, much to the chagrin of every Wario player, you have to play a bit of an honest game if you want to get back into this. That Waft is not going to save BeatyBean.
Yeah, the only real thing I can think of that I'm not seeing at the moment is you could try and throw in a couple of chomps here and there, but if you do, you're kind of trading in place of a combo, which is what you need to build up the damage right now.
Great whip punish, though, from Mateo. Again, keeping this Wario menace as far away as possible. You do, as Mateo, want to close this out quickly, but it's not worth overextending against the explosive output that Wario sometimes has, both literally and metaphorically.
There you go. Just got to play safe at ledge, get a backer like that. And Mateo gonna lock it in. A nice and handy 2-0 to BeatyBean. You can see, thinking about that loss a little bit on the player cam, but hey, there was a path back there, and you saw the adaptation coming in. Maybe if it was a best-of-5 set, you know, might have been a different story.
I was about to say the same. I would have loved to see a best-of-5 of what just happened, because BeatyBean really was crawling that back. The first game, a 2 stock at 43%. The second game, down to last stock, starting to look actually kind of scary for Mateo at the end. If BeatyBean got that half Waft, that was a kill confirm to be had. But at the end of the day, Mateo was just slightly more consistent, and finding those back airs at the ledge was a big part of that on those neutral get-ups, and even in situations like the last stock where BeatyBean jumped from the ledge and then air dodged back down, the back air still catches.
Yeah, there was just, it kind of just, I've already called it out, but the stubbiness of Wario really felt like the shortcoming here. You know, all of these times where you're both, these are two characters that are always going for these kind of aerial-based trades. And so if one of them has a really good air game, but slightly disjointed, and the other has a really good air game, but it's not disjointed, more often than not, the disjoints will win in the end.